All right, so I think round 22 of the 2025 AFL season could personally be one of the biggest and most important rounds so far. I mean, we've got some blockbuster games coming up, some games that I'm kind of scared to tip. I'm kind of scared to tip. I'm almost as scared as what a little kid would be when they see Michael Jackson approaching them. That's how scared I am right now. Again, we're starting off with a massive game. We're starting off with Hawthorn versus Collingwood. I mean, you can't get any bigger than this. A Thursday night game, right, where you've got Collingwood, the team who has been first for like 99% of the year, deciding to randomly have a massive choke job as of late and lose 3 of their last 4 games, and I think 3 of them being against top 8 teams. You got them who are not in great high spirits right now, not in great form against teams they have to probably go against in the finals coming up pretty soon, against a team who in Hawthorn have been really, really out of form for a little minute now, possibly in a situation where if they don't win this game, they will probably miss out on the 8. Again, you can't get any bigger than this. You got Hawthorn, and if they win, they are, again, on the right track to make the 8. You got Collingwood, and if they win, they're finally, back on the horse. They're finally beating good teams. They're finally beating competitive teams. Again, this is a blockbuster, especially with Collingwood just losing to the Brisbane Lions. They need to get a win here. Again, Hawthorn need to get a win here. And I, as a chubby fat kid, sat there for precisely a minute, really thinking hard about this one and who I'm going to tip. Again, I think personally, Collingwood are going to win. I think Collingwood are going to win. I think Collingwood have to win because with Will Day now being out for the rest of the season with Hawthorn, I don't know how, high their chances are of winning the premiership. I'm not completely ruling them out like some people are. Again, they've got the game plan. They've got the players to absolutely kill it in the finals if they do make it. But Collingwood, they desperately need to get the ball moving before it's too late, because if you head into finals with bad momentum, you're basically screwed. And I think Collingwood desperately need it here. It is so important for them, because if they win this game, it's the start of coming back and probably doing something pretty special in final. So I'm going to be tipping them. Again, I don't know how this keeps happening, but Essendon keep, sliming their way into a blockbuster game here. You've got freaking Geelong versus Essendon. Holy shit! I have never seen this before, but on Sportsbet, Geelong are $1 favourite versus Essendon, who are $21. I don't think I have ever seen odds like that in my life. I almost want to put $5 on Essendon, for shits and gigs. Like, I don't know, imagine somehow freaking Essendon kick the first goal, lightning strikes, game gets called off. Bro, give me my freaking cash. I'm pretty sure they just rule that shit off on Sportsbet, but again, I don't think there's any hope here. Essendon have everyone and their dad injured. I mean, Geelong want to absolutely solidify themselves as a top 4 team, so they need to continue to win as well. Yeah, I don't think there's any hope here, and I'm looking at this now as well. It's at GMHBA. Probably why it was $21. If this was at the G, I would maybe put $5 on, but again, shit, I don't even... Yeah, we're not gonna talk much more about that one. Again, low-key a good game here though. Saturday, you got Richmond versus St Kilda. The two teams who I believe over the next couple of years, like in 3 years' time, I think should be pretty good. St Kilda look like they're going to hit free agency in the trade period really hard, while Richmond are coming off a generational draft and looks like they're going to have another one. So, I mean, this should be a good game. This is at the MCG. I think Richmond, they are the favourites here. St Kilda are the favourites, which is personally strange considering Richmond have actually been playing really good footy outside the Gold Coast game. But yeah, I mean, with Jonty Fall going down with an injury and him being kind of a catalyst to their offense as of late, he's been playing some outstanding football for a first-year player. I don't know how they're going to go with their key forwards. I still don't think Tom Lynch is back. Bolter will be down there, but Noah Bolter is a shade of his former self. St Kilda, personally, I mean, yeah, I still, they're not playing bad footy at all either. I mean, this is one where I'm just going to tip Richmond because I go for Richmond, and I have no other reason other than that to tip Richmond here. But I'm going to do that. Again, we got Brisbane versus Sydney at the Gabba. I mean, yeah, Brisbane, other than the Gold Coast game, are playing outstanding footy as well. Sydney, I mean, Brodie Grundy just had a 200 Supercoach point game. What the fuck? Who and why is he pulling that out of his bum? I mean, so strange. I don't think there's too much going on here. I mean, the footy that I saw from Brisbane against Collingwood is premiership footy. It is back-to-back level football. I'm going to be tipping the Brisbane Lions here, but I mean, St Kilda, not that I really watched much of their effort against Essendon, but the fact they only won by 14 points against, or Sydney, sorry, the fact that they only won by 14 points against one of the worst teams in the game, probably not too great. But again, they've got a bunch of injuries themselves. Again, Carlton versus Gold Coast at Marvel Stadium. There is not really a world where Gold Coast should be losing this one whatsoever. Again, I know that Damien Hardwick has like a little hate against Marvel Stadium, and I don't blame him. I mean, I would prefer the MCG, and I've never been to People's First Stadium, but I probably prefer that too. I don't really know, other than the cool Marvel stuff. I'm not too big of a fan of the roof, but it's like, you know what? Gold Coast, it's like, shit. They're not that good at Marvel, but they're also playing Carlton here. Gold Coast not only should be making the 8 for their first ever time, but they have a coin flip chance now to really make the top 4 here. They shouldn't be losing this game. They shouldn't be dropping it. Again, I'm going to be tipping them. And I do think Gold Coast are a massive chance to make the 4. And realistically, this is, again, every week seems like it's a big game for them and becomes one of their biggest ever. They got to win this one because I think they're a massive chance to make the 4 at this rate, especially with teams like Collingwood continuously losing. And what's going on there? I don't even know. I mean, I'm going to be tipping Gold Coast there. Port Adelaide versus Fremantle at Adelaide Oval. Fremantle want to solidify themselves in the 8 as well. They don't want to be in the conversation with Hawthorn and the Dogs anymore. They want to solidify themselves in the 8. While Port Adelaide, they're touch and go. Sometimes they actually have a really good game. Sometimes they're just playing absolutely booty cheeks football. Yeah, they're still 11 somehow, which you wouldn't think about, especially with how you've heard about Port's season. But Freo should get the job done here. They seem to be pretty cool, calm and collected as of late, winning some good games of footy. Collingwood a little bit ago. I'm going to be backing them here to go to Adelaide Oval and win that. Again, GWS versus North Melbourne at Canberra. Yeah, North Melbourne are not very good at the moment. They have been pretty bad for a lot of the second half of the year. GWS, again, need to solidify themselves in the 8 as well. They don't want to be in the conversation with Fremantle and the Bulldogs. It's a very similar situation to what's happening with a couple teams right now. I mean, they should get the job done here pretty easily because I feel like an under-15s football player, you know, or freaking me, should be able to score pretty high against North Melbourne's backline. So I don't think too much is going to be going on there. Again, Melbourne versus the Western Bulldogs. Melbourne are low-key a danger game, you know, right now. They've got the Lord and Saviour and the GOAT, Jai Cully, who is not only a top-notch bloke, but he's a good-looking guy and he's a great footballer. I mean, what the hell? I saw a generational performance against West Coast, his old team. I swear I saw him emoting on players at one stage. Again, that probably didn't happen. But that specky that he did, Jesus Christ, that it almost was an emo in the air. He almost emoted on him when he put his knee in whoever's back. Again, they're a danger game right here, but the Dogs seem to love to bully teams that are not in the top 8 and then struggle against teams who are in the top 8 unless their name's GWS. So I will be tipping the Dogs here, but I mean, if Jai Cully's playing, they're every bit of a chance. Again, yeah, there's not much to talk about with this next one. West Coast versus Adelaide at Optus Stadium. I mean, holy shit. West Coast need to absolutely regroup, figure out what's going on. They are not playing good football at all as of late. And yeah, I don't know what the situation's going to be like with them next year, if they're going to get the picks or whatever it's going to be. They shouldn't get them because they're a massive team in the game. And they don't even struggle to bring in players like what a North does. They shouldn't be getting those picks. Again, Adelaide, they're first, and they want to stay first. They're most likely going to be beating West Coast here pretty badly. Again, I'd very much like to know all your thoughts and opinions on this in the comment section down below. What is your tips and predictions for round 22 of the 2025 AFL season? Do you guys agree with mine or do you guys not? Again, subscribe to my sports channel, which is this one, my gaming/movie channel, which will also be getting linked down below, my Instagram as well, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Goodbye.